Hi everyone, and welcome to Tuesday's Tips with Lauri. Today we are doing Tote Tips Part 2 of our Tote series. This is a great tip, I think. If any of you have ever tried to float an item and haven't had success, let me give you a few pointers that may help you. So to start out with, the best thing to do is to have your tools ready. I've got a measuring guide, and then I've got you've got spray or powder, and these are both temporary basting, and these are great. I really like these too. Also, you'll want your hoop, and already have it stabilizer hooped. What I like about this stabilizer is I'm using heavy cutaway. I like the heavy cutaway for this particular project because it's going to be covered. You're not going to see the back, and it's inside of this tote bag, and it just kind of gives it a little more stiffness and looks better durability wise. So to start with, and you're going to need your tote bag. So to start with, you can see I love these Kimberbell tote bags because you don't have to unpick the seams. They're already opened up for you. And that's what I love about these Kimberbell blanks. There's a couple of varieties of tote bags as well. So to start with, I just want to point out the design is right here. It's on the top part of our tote bag, so that it allows room for the pocket as well as the boxed corners. This is such a great project. I love this project. And if you're just tuning in and you're not sure where we got these tote bag designs, they are found in our Kimberbell Boardwalk collection. And as you can see, we have both in a machine embroidery and a sewing version of not only this beautiful featured quilt, but also of our tote bag designs. And we do have the 4 designs. There's our bicycle, we have this wonderful life preserver, and as you can see behind me, we've got a great VW bug, as well as, no, this is the bug, this is the bus. Anyway, they are great. You're gonna love those. All right, so to begin with, I take my tote bag and I'm gonna take it to the ironing board, and I'm gonna open it up, and then I'm going to lay this so that it's right sides together and make sure I line up my handles. And it's important to line up those handles because that really gives you a true center of where your design is going to be. I take my iron and I'm going to add a crease right here to that middle fold right there. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to measure down. I believe it's about 3 to 3.5 depending on where you would like your design, but we do give a recommendation in the book. And then I add a pin right to that line. The reason I like to add that pin is it makes it really easy to fold this down and make my second crease. And that is going to be my crosshairs that I'm going to match up in my hoop. So I'm going to give that a little bit of an iron press there. And then as you open it up, I leave the pin in for a reason. Because you can see, isn't that great? You can see the crease, but this really helps you be able to find it. All right, so I'm going to take this, and I'm going to take my hoop, and what I like to do is I find the crosshairs on my hoop, and I line it up with this dark yellow. I'm going to show you again. There's this dark yellow line here on my cutting board, and I love this. It's a great tool, and I line up these 2 crosshairs with that yellow line and the vertical ones right here with this vertical line. Then I'm going to take my tote bag with it folded just like I had it when I pressed it, and I'm going to lay it right here, and then I'm going to pull it up, and I can see this is where I need to spray, or you can add your powder if you have that. And then I just line it right up and I press it right down. Now that is lined up in that first quadrant right there, and then I'm simply going to add a little bit more spray and basting spray, and then I just pop that open. Now this whole half is where it should be, and then I'm going to remove my pin at that point, and then I'm going to spray just the second side right here, and then I simply smooth that out. And my tote bag now is centered, and I know it's ready where I want it to be for my design, and I can simply take it right over to my machine and put it in the machine to stitch it. Now do keep in mind, I laid mine this direction because my design is going to be across. I was looking at the life preserver when I had this in mind, so this is what I was going to stitch here. If your bicycle design is going across in your hoop, that's perfect. However, if your bicycle design is being stitched on this way, you're going to want to place your tote bag going that direction. If you do have a basting box stitch available on your sewing machine, you can definitely, or your embroidery machine, you can definitely do that and baste this in place if you would rather. But that is all there is to hooping or floating a project in your hoop. And this is hooping your tote bags. Thank you so much for joining us. Bye-bye.